Good morning, everyone. Hi. I don't know if you can tell, but it is, what time is it? Oh, wait. It's 7:59 a.m., my time, and I'm exhausted. This is, just something that I really wanted to throw together. I woke up maybe 20 minutes ago and tried to make myself at least a little bit presentable before I started this video. So the thing is that I woke up today and I went on Twitter like I normally do. I was just scrolling around, and today I saw something that just really grinded my gears, and I was so annoyed by it that we're still talking about it, and the fact that, you know, somebody decided to sit there and tweet this thing out, that I just had to do a video on it. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been working on streaming, but this is something, I mean, it's so relevant right now, and I think in a moment you'll see why. Anyway, so yeah, I woke up this morning, and as I was washing my face and brushing my teeth, I was like, oh man, I really gotta make a video on this now, because this is ridiculous. So let me show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Cuphead offering an easy difficulty but locking you out of actually beating the game if you choose to use it is actually one of the dumbest fucking things imaginable. The Virgin Cuphead locks you out of beating the game for playing on easy. The Chad Celeste provides multiple options so that you can tune the game's difficulty to your liking while having no effect on your experience. Why do people take such pride in games they like being so difficult that it becomes inaccessible to lesser skilled players? Not everyone has the time/patience to sit down and spend time learning attack patterns just so they can experience the next slither of content. Gotta say, I'm loving all the responses assuming I made this tweet because I was struggling with the game and not just because I think this is a dumb as shit decision. If it means anything to the gamers, I like Cuphead, and for the most part, I enjoy the challenge it offers. I just genuinely believe video games should be accessible to everyone. Do you people understand what accessible means? Because I've seen multiple responses claiming the game is accessible because you can buy it. This is how I look reading some of these replies. Okay, so this is the tweet that really just got on my nerves this morning. It's super relevant to me because currently I'm streaming Cuphead. So, you know, I understand the frustration of playing this game. It is an incredibly difficult game, and I am not good at it at all. I'm learning it very slowly, and I'm learning all the mechanics, and I'm learning how to go through the levels and everything, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm really not complaining about it. I have fun with it, and if anything, I feel like the more that you play it, the better your skill gets, and that's the reward that you get from the game, is that the way that Cuphead works is trial by death. It's trial by fire. You don't get to learn, you don't just automatically know how to approach the level because you don't know what the level looks like. You're meant to do the level, die a bunch of times, and then keep doing it as you learn the ins and outs of it. It's repetition. I'm sure there are people out there who can beat it in one go without even like looking at it, and they've never played it before. I'm sure there are people like that. But the way that it's meant to be played is that you do the level, you see what the obstacles are, and then you start adapting to it using the knowledge that you've now found. And because you're a gamer, you understand how to go about the level. This sort of mentality, saying that all video games should be accessible, I think it's a load of shit. I think it's just a total load of shit. Because here's the thing. Why are we treating it differently than from like a regular, you know, game, not a video game? Why can't chess be accessible to people who don't really understand the ins and outs of how to play it? Why can't I just move my king across the board anytime I want to? It's stupid. I mean, it's like, why can't you just play within the confines of the game that the game has created, you know? Nobody's saying you have to play Cuphead. If you're not good at it, don't play it. It's the reason I will never ever pick up Dark Souls or Sekiro, because I know I would fail at it, and it's not something that I'm willing to put myself through. I really like Cuphead because, like, for a huge variety of reasons. The gameplay is one, it's a platformer, it's a very difficult platformer, and I'm really enjoying learning how to play it. 2, the music is bomb. 3, you just look at how pretty it is, how much time and energy the developers spent making the game. It's meant to be enjoyed. And because they spent so much effort on it, I feel like it's only fair that we play by the rules that they gave us, which is trial by fire, run and gun, learn the level, and get good. I know, I hate that. I hate to be a meme, but seriously, just get good. Accessible doesn't mean easier. It literally does not mean easier, okay? It means that anybody can pick up the game and try it. So if we're talking about accessibility, we cannot even talk about accessibility. This person has no right to talk about accessibility, because accessibility means that it is available to everyone, which it is, okay? Accessibility does not mean that the outcome caters to your skill level, okay? It means that everybody has the opportunity to try at this task and fail at it or succeed. That's the point, is that anyone can pick up the controller and try their hand at Cuphead. And anybody has the chance to succeed if you learn the game. That's it, okay? There doesn't need to be an easy version. I am trash at Cuphead. I spend 3 hours playing Cuphead every single day on my streams, and it is rare that I actually get anything done on that day, because all I'm doing is dying and dying and dying. I mean, you go to that little mirror pond and it makes fun of me by saying that I've died over 300 times. And you know what? That's how it is. My viewers cheer me on because they know that I'm really trying, and they know that it's a hard game. But I respect people who, you know what? It's amazing if you could be naturally good at something. It's truly amazing. But it's even more amazing if you're terrible at it, and then you learn it, and then you play it, and then you can win. Because, holy shit, you took the time to actually learn the levels. Another thing is, comparing Cuphead to Celeste is not fair. It's truly not fair. It's actually quite insulting to both games to compare them. 1, Celeste is, yes, it's a platformer, but the whole point of Celeste is the emotional and mental journey that you go on when you're with Madeline. That's the whole point. That's the point of the game, is that it's supposed to be a metaphor for depression and a metaphor for overcoming your insecurities by climbing up this massive mountain. And it's less so about the gameplay. Like, obviously the way that they chose to express that is by making a platformer, and your obstacle is this literal obstacle of you trying to climb up a mountain. But it's not the same as Cuphead. Cuphead is this very simple story. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon about these 2 freaking cups who went gambling, and now they have to deal with that, with the consequences of them gambling. It's a beautiful work of art. It's a beautiful platformer. Just enjoy the shit out of it. Celeste is a beautiful work of art in another way because it makes you think. It's another piece of art that had a different meaning. And to include difficulty on it, I think, takes away from the story itself. So, like, there's no reason for Celeste to be extremely hard, because that's not the point. The point is the story of Madeline and how she climbs the mountain. So to compare the two is completely insulting to both. Cuphead's story is not that deep, and Celeste's gameplay doesn't need to be that complicated because that's not the point. So, yeah, don't compare the two. That's so stupid. And this thing about accessibility and shit, no, it's accessible to everybody. It doesn't mean that everyone can win the game because, please cater to my lack of skill. That's not fair. If the world were like that, we'd all be good at everything because everything would cater to our skill level, which is not how things work. And I hate the thought of things just being easy for the sake of being easy so that it's not as difficult for us to do, because it being difficult means that you have to waste more time on it. Dude, if you're not willing to put in the time to learn the game, why are you fucking playing it, you know? It's This seems like this tweet is made by somebody who doesn't understand the enjoyment of games and doesn't understand the differences between genres of games and why people play games. Cuphead is one of the most technically challenging games I've ever played. It's something, I'm terrible at platformers, I'm terrible at games that, like, you know, you have to act on the fly. I'm much better at games that you have to think through. I love puzzle games like Portal and Hitman because you have to think and assess and all of that. Cuphead is a huge challenge for me in so many ways, but I'm never going to ask for it to be easier. I'm never going to ask for it to be more accessible because that's not what accessible means, okay? Lord. Again, why is this only a thing in the context of Cuphead and Celeste? Why don't you just make every single fucking game easy? Like, here's the thing. This person keeps talking about how accessibility means having the choice to play it in an easier mode. That's not accessibility. It's not, as I've said before, and it's not fair to the developers to have to cater to people who don't feel like learning how to play the game. I don't think Dark Souls or Sekiro should make their games easier. I don't think chess should have an easy mode. I don't think anything should have an easy mode if the people who made the game don't want it to have an easy mode, then it shouldn't have one. You didn't create the game. So if you're so butthurt about it, why don't you create a game like Cuphead and then give them an easy mode? You don't have to play Cuphead, mate. You really don't. You can pick up literally any one of 1,000 other games. Why does Cuphead have to fit into your perfect utopia of everyone should be able to beat the game on easy? No. No one has to do anything. Nobody has to cater to your weird outlook on the world. Get good. Learn the fucking levels as it's meant to be, because literally anyone can beat Cuphead if they're willing to put in the work. You know what? I think we've finally gotten to why this pissed me off so much, is because this is just, you could extend this thinking into anything. Why can't everything just be accessible so that I don't have to spend as much time on it? Why can't everything just be slightly easier so that we can all enjoy it? Because then we'd all be good at everything. Because then it wouldn't mean anything to be good at anything. Okay? It wouldn't make sense for people to have skills to do things well. And that's what pisses me off. No. If you want to get good at something, put in the work and get good at it. Don't complain about how it's too hard for some other people. Because honestly, the people calling her out saying that, the people calling her out and saying that it's probably because she's bad at the game, that is where your mind goes. It's very rare for you to be crying this much for other people who probably didn't ask you to cry for them, okay? So, yeah, it sounds like you're complaining about how hard it is because you suck at it. If you're really complaining about it for other people, why don't you advocate for a game that's similar to Cuphead, but it has an easier mode? It has an easy mode. And nobody's saying that those games shouldn't exist. No one is saying that there shouldn't be games that have easy modes, okay? Everyone is just saying that this one specific game prides itself on you being good at it in order to beat it. What's wrong with that? It shouldn't exist because you can't just beat it easily? Fuck off. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This shit just really pissed me off. It's not okay. Stop with this. This is not how the world works, and this is not how the world should work. Play a different game. Play a different fucking game. You will never see me playing games that I feel like are too hard for me. Never. If I wasn't willing to put in the time and effort to learn Cuphead, I wouldn't be playing it. Just like all of the dozens of people who love Dark Souls, they wouldn't be sitting there taking the time and playing it and then loving the shit out of it because they actually managed to beat the game. It's a huge point of pride, and taking that away from people is shitty. Anyway, I think that's all I have to rant about for today. I'm sorry, I know I got heated, and I would never insult anyone like that, just outright. But dude, fucking get good. It's so stupid. I disagree with this completely. And yeah, just play a different game. Don't ruin something that someone has worked very hard on in order to make it a certain way so that people can enjoy it. Not okay. This is not accessibility. Don't even try to wrap the word accessibility around it. It's such a cop-out. It's an excuse. Stop. That's what's so insulting about this. Don't fucking make it like it's about accessibility, because it's not. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll be streaming later today, and I will be streaming Cuphead, actually. So at around 3 p.m. Central Time. Maybe catch me on Twitch, and we can chat about this video and chat about that whole thing. It would be really fun. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm so sorry for my presence right now. I look like shit, but God, this really pissed me off. Yeah, it is Friday today, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you later. Bye.